woman
What
lunged
the
violently
freak?
at me.
No! Alright, you guys ready? Turn your lights off. It's time to watch some scary thing. And it's also on mukbang, so get your food.
This happened during my struggling years. I had just moved out, working in a car wash. I lived in a small studio apartment. The apartment had no air conditioning. In the summers, the room used to get pretty heated up. Also, the constant worries about how the new life will turn out to be kept me awake. One night, I wasn't able to sleep due to previous reasons, so I decided to go for a night stroll. All the tenants in my building had their keys to the main entrance. Needless to say, the neighborhood was sketchy, and random robbery was an everyday occurrence in the area, so we had to lock the main door after leaving or entering the building. It was 2 a.m. and late enough, but I was young and needed some fresh air. I came out of the building and started walking
This food hot, bro. This food hot. I ain't gonna lie, this food hot.
by the sidewalks. The streets were mostly
The frick was that? She looked like Bad Baby a little, like Bad Baby in 50 years when the OnlyFans sell out. Yep.
empty, with some addicts and homeless people passing out in the dark corner. A woman was eating from the garbage when she looked up, hearing my footsteps. She was clawing at a half-eaten sandwich, which had maggots crawling all over it. It wasn't my first time seeing someone eat from a dumpster. I ignored her and she went back to her sick picnic. Once in a while, cars drove by, but it was mostly quiet, accompanied by the night sounds. After walking for 10 minutes straight, I reached the city park. Thinking it would be better to kill time in the park than wander on these streets, I entered. The full moon illuminated the park quite well. Also, the light from the lamppost created a spooky atmosphere. I was sure that there was no one in the park except me until I saw a man sitting on a park bench.
Okay, I think I wasn't listening because L brain. I don't know, but bro, why are we outside in the first place? He said he couldn't sleep. The last thing I'm doing is going outside. I don't know.
The bench was right under the lamppost, hence I could see the man. His head was down like he was sleeping. He wore a brown jacket, paired with oddly red leather pants. From his attire, he didn't seem like the other homeless people, so I thought he came for some air, just like me. There was a water fountain across the park, and I was thinking of visiting that, so I walked ahead. I was probably inches away from walking past him when he suddenly lifted his head to the sky. I stopped. His eyes were wide open, and he was staring at the clear night sky. Suddenly, he smiled and started counting the stars like a 9-year-old. He was pointing his fingers to each star and counting in a whispering voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The way he was smiling and counting the stars and looking at the sky kind of creeped me out. Not once, he looked at me. He behaved as if I didn't exist at that moment. I thought he must be high, so I walked past him. No sooner I stepped ahead, I heard a crunching noise behind me, like someone stepping on a
What you mean? Oh, you better back up. You better hit. Oh, you better. I'm telling you, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. If you hear something behind you, bro, you better. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? You better start kicking. Just kick, just kick, bro. At this point, bro, no, bro. Heck no. Get off, bro. What you trying to do to me? Get away. Bro, clench your butt. Clench your butt. I'm telling you. What the frick, bro? I'm telling you, bro. If you're ever in a situation like that, we don't got time for acting all cool or whatever. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Someone stepping on a twig. Turning around, I saw the man had now stood up from the bench. His arms were stretched out. He was still staring at the sky. Hey, are you all right? I asked in a fearful voice. I could feel the lump of tension curling up in my throat. What the hell is wrong with this dude? The man chuckled. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark.
What?
He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I remember this version.
How I wonder what you
I don't remember
are.
this version.
Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Heck no, bro.
And then he stopped and faced me.
And
Our eyes met,
and this is
and
when
I
you
got a
should've been
clear
ran.
glimpse of his face.
You should've ran already.
I'd never seen such a calm yet scary face in my life. He had this blank
This was calm?
stare that pierced into my soul. I could
That's not a blank stare. That's full animation right there. The frick you mean blank stare? No. These stories don't even be realistic on GD. I don't think any horror experience ever sounds realistic because it's a horror experience, so it sounds crazy. You know what I mean? So
couldn't stand him anymore. It was time to go back home. Standing in this stranded city park with a creepy, strange man that
We walk
too,
like that.
at this
Speed up.
hour of the night, made me terrified for my life. I increased my pace and was constantly looking back to see if the man was following me, but he was standing under the lamppost, still watching me walk away. When I was about to leave the park, the sound of footsteps gave me goosebumps.
stop.
As I turned
Stop.
around,
Run.
I saw
Stop.
the man
You should've
running
been- you
at
should've
me at
been
full
running. You
speed.
should've been-
An
I'm not eating a
ear-to-ear
glizzy.
grin had now altered his calm face to a
Heck no.
cruel one. I started running as well. I left the park and went on the sidewalks. The man did the same. There wasn't a single person on the street whom I could ask for help. I just kept running.
about
I
the girl
grabbed
with
the
the
keys
fingers?
beforehand because I knew if he catches me, that will be the end of my life. What seemed more horrifying was the fact that he was just running with a scary smile, not yelling, not laughing, not saying a single thing, just running behind me like he was enjoying this cat and mouse chase. I stomped on the
Those are
building
jokers.
entrance. The key was in my hand. The man was behind me,
Wow.
and
Wow.
my hands were trembling.
Stick it in.
I went to unlock the
Stick it.
door and the key fell.
Bro,
I
bro. Oh, holy. You said the narrator's voice is making you mad. You narrated. The frick, bro. I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
panicked but quickly picked it up. The man was
You're
inches
done.
away
You're
when
done.
I succeeded in opening the
You're done.
door and slammed it hard once I got in.
Okay?
I was out of breath and drenched in sweat. The man
sweaty.
stopped right outside the building door. The door was the only thing between us, creating separation.
He said so. Open the door. Open the door.
He was still staring at me with his hawk eyes. I was so stunned with panic and fear that my legs went numb. I too kept standing there, staring at him. He brought his face extremely close to the glass and said in a spine-chilling voice, "You are pretty. I bet you have a pretty scream."
What? A pretty scream.
And then he walked away.
a pretty
his creepy
scream. How do you have a pretty scream? Like you have a. Now he horny.
singing echoed into the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star,
Hey.
how I wonder what you are. Above
Yo, he really
the
like these.
world, so
Nah, bro.
high,
You thought I was funny?
like a diamond
Thank you for the follow.
in the sky.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That
vibes.
was the last time I ever
Jeffrey
left the
Dahmer
house
wasn't
at night
like that.
alone.
Not
I
gonna
never
lie.
saw that man
He
again.
told the feds
I'm
after
still
that.
living in the same neighborhood, though I have changed the apartment. Often at night when I can't sleep, this most terrifying incident of my life
Wednesday
keeps coming
has
back
danced.
to me. Scary singing man, I hope we never meet again.
Hey guys,
Who the frick? Get off my screen.
I'm a truck driver.
Golly.
I'm sure you can imagine how difficult my job is and
Bro,
why
his
it's
neck
so
is like-
dangerous.
I don't know.
I have to drive the truck for many hours,
That was
almost
horrible.
always
Hell,
without
really.
sleep and in a hurry, and to make it worse, in the dark. Apart from the fear of crashing or falling asleep at the wheel, people always ask me if I have any
You thought I was
stories to
funny?
tell,
I feel
if
like
I
you
saw
take
any
the follow.
ghosts or any strange occurrences while driving that endangered my life. Fortunately for them, I always have a story to tell them. I may not have fought any ghosts or beings from another planet, but this was a real danger. A danger that you, I, and anyone else may have experienced. That
You from
night,
Brazil?
I was driving with my
Hey.
companion, Randy, a fellow I'd known my whole life, who decided to accompany me on his day off. Randy had just gotten divorced, and since he had no kids, he didn't have much to do.
Bro, stay away from Randy. If he just got divorced, bro, and he has no kids, he has nothing to lose, bro. He's killing. Hannah Baker. I can't say that. Good night. You going to sleep? Good night. Go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Great sleep. Have some great sleep. Bro, both of their gyms. He got a butt chin. He's got like an elongated slope.
Nice, pleasant, and entertaining, but he did talk his head off.
Hey, are you sure you don't want to stop for a drink? I'm driving, Randy. You know
Wait,
I
right.
can't have anything to drink. Well, at least have a coffee and I'll have a beer. We did that at the last stop. Are you trying to sabotage me? You're technically competition. Hey, look at that.
As I looked out the window, I could see a large number of police cars passing me. They seemed to be in a hurry, as if looking for someone.
Be careful. Maybe they're coming for you. For me. In any case, they were coming for you. Surely you didn't murder your ex-wife while you were drunk. Nah, she's more likely to murder me. I should be worried. I hope you have a good lawyer. Hey, there's some trees here. Can you stop the truck? Why? I had too much beer, man. You know. Are you peeing yourself again? Yep. Okay, man. I guess I can stop driving for a while, too.
I stopped the truck, and Randy started to walk into the trees, getting more lost.
Randy,
Bro, he's a
what are
murderer.
you doing?
Get out.
Have you become
out.
selective with the trees? I can't pee if you're looking at me. What makes you think I'd like to see you? I don't know, and I don't want to take the risk. Surely no one believes him when he says he's a truck driver.
Seconds passed, and Randy didn't come back. At first, I thought it was funny. He really should have been hanging on for a long time. But when the first minutes started to pass, I started to worry.
Hey, Randy? You there?
Oh gosh, what the frick? Either my theory hypothesis is either friggin' there's someone on the loose that's killing people, and that's why the cops are on the loose. Like there's a serial killer on the loose, or he is the serial killer. I'm pretty sure he's the.
You're gonna flood the forest. Hey, man, are you there?
Randy didn't answer me, and I started to worry. He wasn't drunk enough to pass out. He had barely been drinking, but maybe he ran into a wild animal or tripped and hurt himself on the trail. I grabbed my flashlight and went down to look for my friend. With the flashlight on, I walked into the forest. How far could he have gone?
Randy!
Oh my
Where
God.
are you?
W voice actor.
As if in answer to my call, I heard a voice coming from a tree.
Okay.
At that moment, I didn't realize that this voice didn't belong to my friend and that I should have never gone to her.
Her.
Over here.
I approached where the voice was coming from, and it belonged to a girl. She was against a
Oh,
tree,
yeah.
full
Nope.
of blood
Nope.
and scared.
No.
I rushed to her aid, but I saw a knife in her hands,
No.
and I took a step back.
You take
Hey,
10
lady,
steps back,
what
20
happened
steps
to her?
back, run.
Are you hurt?
I couldn't help it.
What couldn't be helped? Do you need assistance? I can call an ambulance from here. The nearest hospital is several miles away.
I just couldn't help it. I'm sick of it. But when you see them, it's so tempting.
See who? What?
What are you talking about?
Without any difficulty,
Bye, penguin,
the
bye,
girl
penguin.
stood up with the knife firmly in her hand and
Why-
stared at me for
Oh,
the first
heck
time.
no. Go. Run. Run.
The police are out to get me, and I can't blame them. I know I'm doing something wrong, but I can't help it. I don't want to kill anymore.
Hey. Put the knife down. Breathe. Meditate a little. I don't know. And just put the knife down. You feel me? You can if you really want to like stop killing, just like turn yourself in, honestly. Cause like by the look of it, you look like you having a lot of fun. Like, why are you smiling? Did you kill my mans? He's dead, bro. He's dead, bro. There's no way. He has to be dead. He has to be dead, bro.
But when I have someone in front of me, I just want to kill them.
Hey, go.
Lady, you're scaring me. Put the knife down.
Run. Why? Stop talking. Stop trying to
Nail my
conversate.
knife into his body. Feel his ribs break. The noise to the flesh when it's pierced. And the blood that starts coming out like a fountain of water.
Lady, you are not wounded. That's not your blood, is it?
I need to do it. One more time.
Why are you
One more time, and I
Coffee.
promise this will be the last.
run?
I know I say this all the time, but I promise. With you, I will stop.
Run.
The woman
What
lunged
the
violently
frick?
at me,
No!
but before she
No!
could thrust a knife into me, I grabbed her arm and threw her. She hit a tree, and with a huge smile, she ran into the forest, losing sight of me.
Bro,
Did she run
nasty.
away?
She's nasty.
No,
She's nasty. She's nasty.
she just didn't want me to see her so she could attack me again when I was unprepared. I could hear the sound of the grass, of the plants. She was close by. I ran to my truck, but on the way,
Finally.
I found something I didn't want to see.
Your man's dead.
Randy's body was already lifeless in a tree. It was his blood running down the body of that crashed woman.
Randy, no.
RP
Suddenly,
Randy, man.
I heard a noise in the grass near me. The woman lunges at me again with the knife in her hands, but filled with anger and sadness for my friend. I grab her hand again and stop her.
Bro, you see her bony behind, bro? I could... Twigs.
We both struggled, but it was clear that I had the upper hand.
Bro, honestly, y'all could like sword fight with y'all chins. At this point. Yo, whoever animated this is nasty, bro. Nasty, bro. Crazy. No time for tears, bro. It's time to dip. The frick, cry later.
Look at my friend. Look what you did to him, you monster. He was a good man. Sure, he could stop you, and he didn't because you're a woman. I'm not that good.
I was about to pull the knife out of her, but without my expecting it, all my resistance ended when she kicked me in the crotch. I felt...
Why, bro? You're over here doing this, like, bro. Bro, again, you might as well fight with your chins. Like, I don't understand, like, bro. Once you're in a life or death situation, there's no more fair game. We're not boxing, bro. I'm scratching, I'm biting. I'm biting something off your titty in my mouth, bro. It's over.
To the ground, exhausted and full of pain.
So you were a good person.
Goodbye, bro.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to kill you. I always looked for a good person in my life. I'm sorry.
Was she talking to my dead friend? I got up to see what was going on, and when I did, I almost threw up. The woman was kissing Randy's corpse while with her hand,
she's like
she was still sticking the knife into him.
You're crazy. You're completely crazy.
Without paying attention to me, the woman's kisses turned into bites. I turned and ran as fast as I could, while from a distance, I watched as this woman ate my friend's face, only stopping to scream.
I'm sorry!
I got into the truck, and as I started it up,
She honey. Dahmer, Mr. Dahmer is there. I know you're dead, but I found you a wife. I found you a partner for life. Y'all twins for real. A munch. She for real a munch. A munch at heart. Yeah. Heck no, bro.
I called the police. That night, I never heard from her again.
Duh, the frick?
Shortly thereafter, the police contacted me to recognize my friend's body. Apparently, the police arrived very quickly. They were nearby as they were looking for Aurora, the girl who tried to kill me. When they arrived, she was still with Randy's body, eating it. When I talked with the police and told them the whole story, they were disgusted, but they weren't surprised at all. Apparently,
this is a normal thing?
This was the way she used to act.
It's a normal thing. Yeah.
That same night, there were reports that she was seen where I made my last stop with Randy. She had gotten into the back of our truck and tried to get away.
Oh, how? No, it's plot armor. There's no way. How the frick? She just somehow got into your truck?
But the temptation to kill us came over her. The police told me that all the guilt she felt was acted out. She was a psychopath, incapable of emotion or empathy, but she loved to pretend she did. The only thing that was real about that encounter was her desire for human flesh, as she had vorophilia, a paraphilia that causes those who have it to feel the need to eat or be eaten by humans. The police tried to explain to me.
You said she needs to feel like she. What? No. Wait, hold on.
A paraphilia that causes those who have it.
I think I've seen her at Walmart. Run, buddy.
to feel the need to eat or be eaten by humans. The police tried to explain to me many other technicalities of Aurora's story, but I was not interested in knowing anything else. After I was a witness in the trial, I never got involved in the subject again. From that day on, I never stopped my truck at night, and when I did, it was always in a crowded place.
Smart.
I would never
IQ.
again expose myself to being alone at night, at the mercy of someone who wanted to harm me or my loved ones.
Yo, frick you. No, but my real question is, how did she get in a car? She was with you the whole time. She was in your truck. How did she get in your truck? This girl out my face. Move. You ugly, bro. You ugly. Bro, get off my face, bro. Story 3.
I
Last
don't
story.
think I'm ever going to feel comfortable staying at home alone ever again.
Mods clip. Bro, you know you can clip yourself. Mods don't have to. No, I don't think any mods are here. Kaya's here, but like, that's just Kaya, you know? So.
My name is Susan, and I had a horrifying experience
Susan-
several years
Susan
back
Wal-
that has led me to fear.
Walinci? How the frick you say her name? Susan Walajiski. Yep. Ex-CEO of YouTube, bro. Ex-CEO of YouTube. That's her right there.
Romance, for one, and being alone at night for another.
What?
And I had a horrifying experience several years back that has led me to fear a few things. Romance, for one,
Me too.
and being alone at night for another.
You sound like me for real.
It all started on a Tuesday night.
Okay.
My husband had texted me earlier that day saying he was stuck in a terrible traffic jam and wouldn't be able to make it home in time. He said he was booking a motel just outside the town and would be back the next day.
I'm sorry to tell you. He's piping down some he's piping someone down. He's piping someone down. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. That's not your wife. That's not your husband no more.
I'm super sorry, sweetie. I'm so tired, and this traffic is insane. I won't be able to make it in time.
He said on the phone.
I'll call you when I get there.
Okay, darling. Be safe.
Her
I
voice
will.
kinda.
You know, I'm always safe when I'm thinking of you.
He said.
Shut up. I'm using that, but shut up.
Before hanging up,
I
I
wanna hear all
sighed
that.
and went back to my book. I wasn't scared of being alone at night. I was used to it. But as the hours dragged on, I began to feel more bored and restless. I had done all the chores and errands that needed to be done, so I was left with nothing to do but sit in my room and wait for my husband to call.
I just want to be in my
Knowing
room.
I'd have the whole house to myself, I decided to take a long hot bath and relax for the night. It had been a stressful few weeks, and
Bro said he probably got his nuts in someone's mouth. Hey, that would be me.
I was looking
Whoa,
forward.
wait, no. I'm saying if I was him, of course, if I was him and I was in a motel, my nuts would be in someone's mouth. I'm not saying his nuts were in my. No, that's not what I was saying. Don't out of context of that.
To some peace and quiet. I stretched and yawned before heading to the bathroom.
Kaya, oh my gosh, I'll pull your weave off.
I grabbed the bath salt and poured it into the tub. I lit some candles and incense, and soon the bathroom was steaming with a warm, calming scent.
Ah,
As I stepped into the bubble-filled bathtub
damn, she got some perkies.
and began to relax, I heard a knock downstairs.
Oh,
A sort of thud, as if someone
You
was
got that.
trying to get in
Yeah.
or something had fallen.
yeah, buddy, you lost me.
Walking downstairs, I felt slightly uncomfortable.
You should have said wig. It would have been funnier. Wig, weave, isn't that like the same thing?
But I continued. Something had probably just fallen over, and I was sure that it was nothing to be afraid of. I slowly opened the door to the living room, where I saw nothing. Everything was as it should have been, and I was relieved.
Okay.
I turned around to go back upstairs,
Okay.
but as I did,
Mhm.
I felt this chill on my back that made me freeze, as if a cold wind caressed my skin.
The window open.
The window was open,
Oh.
and I stared at it as the
I'm gonna say this once. I'm gonna say this. This is the last time I'm gonna say this. Last time I'm gonna say it. I keep saying this, bro. I don't care where you live. You can live in a 5-star gated community. I don't even think gated community gets stars. Oh my gosh, it's so spicy. hit my throat. Bro, lock your doors and windows. I don't understand. I don't like you just asking to get it robbed, bro. You can't. You're not gonna leave your car unlocked, right? Why you gonna leave your windows open? Why you gonna leave your windows unlocked?
Window was open, and I stared at it as the curtains gently swayed in the wind. The night was cold, and I could feel it coming in through the window. I hurried to close it, but before I could do so, a dark figure appeared outside. My heart stopped when I saw the face of the man outside.
Your eyes go this way.
He was wearing a cheap Halloween mask and a black hoodie. He stood at the window, staring at me as I clutched the open window.
Come outside, Susan!
Why you know
He
my name?
said, his voice garbled and menacing, as if he was chewing on something to disguise his voice.
He had a rope around his neck.
Slamming the window frame shut, I screamed and ran for my life. I felt his eyes following me from the window as I ran away from the window and heard a crash moments later as the glass shattered.
Oh, he about
The
it.
man, with
he
his
about
knife glowing in the moonlight, stepped through the window with his mask on and his hood up.
He kind of cute.
I had desperately shut and latched the
See, you're one of them that thing. Oh, Dahmer was a. You're one of them. Yep.
living room door and
I
ran
know
up
what
the
you are.
stairs to the second floor, clutching my towel around my body. I felt, at least right then, that I had the home field advantage at least. I knew the layout of the house. The intruder did not. I ran through each room, trying to make it impossible for him to get me. With a cold chill running down my spine, I found a place to hide and settled in. Our house had a pretty unique layout, but there was one thing I was sure the intruder wouldn't find. In one of the rooms, we had a wall where my husband and I cut out an entryway to the attic, and I was sure it wouldn't be visible to an outsider. Flattening myself against the wall, I heard the intruder's steps come closer and closer. Creaking, the door to the room I was in opened, and I heard his heavy breathing.
If he knows
I held
where
my
you're
breath,
at, that's your husband.
fear coursing through my veins. A voice spoke directly outside the door to the attic where I was hidden.
Oh, Susan, I know you're here.
The
How?
voice sounded eerily familiar.
It's your
I
husband.
heard the creaking
your
of his
man's.
footsteps coming close.
Your poom poom just wasn't giving enough. You know what I'm saying? So like instead of cheating, you had to get rid of you. I respect it.
And closer before the masked man finally stepped inside the room. In a split second, he was standing right in front of me, and I screamed, turning to run. As I did, however, I tripped and fell, my towel falling off my body as I hit the ground.
Okay.
The intruder laughed, and as I stumbled to my feet, I glanced towards his face. Perhaps it was the excitement of the moment, but the mask had partially slipped from his face,
Excitement.
and what I saw made the recognition even more terrifying. My husband stood before me, his knife raised as he laughed.
What are you doing?
Pan
Jeff,
down.
what is wrong with you?
I managed to ask, though my voice was shaking. He simply laughed even harder.
Bro, he's just trying to do a role play. He's just I knew it. Bro, he's just trying to do a role play. Honestly, that's a W role play. Like, imagine someone breaks into your house. And then it just leads to, like, you know, the hub scene, you know? I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna write that down, use that in the books. It might give him a freaking heart attack. There's gonna be a story to tell.
Forward, pushing me back against the wall. His eyes were like I had never seen them before. Eyes of a pure maniac, and it was then I knew that Jeff had lost his grip on reality and sanity.
Don't worry, Susan. I'm doing this for us.
He said as he pulled out a syringe from his pocket with one hand, still holding the knife in the other.
There's no way.
Screaming in terror, I kicked his shins, making him trip as I dragged myself away.
Okay, yo.
I could hear him cursing behind me
Yo,
as I ran
come
to
on.
the door to the attic, shoving myself through and running down the stairs of my house as I heard him scream in anger. As I ran down the stairs, though, I heard his footsteps following
Oh,
me
he right behind
rapidly
you.
as
He
he
right-
ran,
he right
the
behind
knife
you.
poised above his head. I screamed in fear. Suddenly, though, I heard a loud bang and turned around to see him tripping, falling down the stairs as he
He stabbed
wildly
himself?
tossed the knife towards me in a desperate bid to make me stop. Thud. He fell at the bottom of the stairs, motionless. I didn't stop running, though,
Yeah, keep running,
until
man.
I got to the neighbor's house and dialed 911. My husband, Jeff, was eventually arrested and sentenced to a psychiatric hospital. The doctors said that he had been suffering from severe paranoia and delusions, which caused him to become violent and irrational. Since then, I have had an almost constant fear of
He
being
mad about
alone
her
at
leaving
night.
YouTube.
It's a fear that has grown so large that I now suffer from agoraphobia and panic attacks when I have to stay home
Agoraphobia.
alone. You're probably wondering why. Or maybe you think it's just because of that situation that I can barely sleep, and because of that one night that I keep a loaded gun under my pillow.
Keep it, hey, keep it
No,
on you.
it's not just because of that one night. It's because a while back, I got
What you mean while back? What you mean? Wait. There's more? There's more? It's so sad. It's a fear of leaving the house. A fear of leaving the house? Why would she be scared of leaving her house? It happened in her house. I'll be scared to be in the house. I'll be scared to get married. The frick? Imagine your significant other just goes out of nowhere, just like pulls a whole Dahmer on you.
a phone call from the hospital where Jeff is staying.
She got perky.
They said he'd escaped and gone missing, and that the only information they had was that he had written over and over on the walls of his cell,
I'll help her.
"Call me crazy, but sometimes I think I hear things in my house moving around, and I feel as if several times my bed has been moved while I was sleeping in it. It might just be my overactive imagination, but it's enough to make me feel uneasy and more than a little afraid of being alone in my house at night."
Yeah, frick that. It's time to move. It's time to get up out of there. Yeah, I can see why she's like scared, but I'd be more afraid to stay inside the house, because first of all, he lived there. He knows exactly where it is. Second of all, he lived there. He knows exactly where it is. Why are you still at the house? You know what I'm saying? I know you don't got Mr. Beast money. You can't just up and move, but like stay with a friend, something. Especially, bro. Heck no, bro. That house is going on sale, bro. I'm always gonna be out. The heck? I sleep in my car at that point.
I don't know where he is. All I know is that he's coming back.
And that's what the frick. Ooh, true. 3 OnlyFans horror stories animated.